Okay, welcome everyone. This is our coaching opportunity call, or what I call "What is Coaching?" And we're going to tell you all about coaching. We have there's going to be four of us that are all part of Team Engage, and we are going to be talking to you from four different perspectives about what coaching is today. And I'll let everyone introduce themselves in a few minutes, but I will go ahead and start. So a little about me. I am Greg Armfield. I'm a husband, a father of two teenage daughters. I am now a full-time Beachbody coach. So I started, I'm one of the founders of our team, Team Engage, and I started in 2011. I started as a customer, just like all you guys. I started with a workout program. At that time, I was doing P90X, and I went to the doctor on my 40th birthday, and he said, "Greg, you're overweight. You're on." He said, "Your blood pressure's high," and he put me on high blood pressure medication. He said, "Your cholesterol's high," and my sugar was like borderline. And he said, "You really need to start working out, start eating right." So that's when I decided to start P90X. I saw a buddy of mine doing it. I said, if he can do it, we went to high school and college together. I said, if he can do it, I can do it. So I did it. I started it, and it about killed me, but I stuck with it, just like you guys are doing with your programs. I started drinking Shakeology about halfway through. I said, this stuff is amazing. I researched it. I couldn't find anything else like it on the market. And I knew I wanted to keep getting it. So I researched coaching. My coach had talked to me about coaching. Hey, welcome for you guys that are just jumping on. I'm just telling you a little bit about myself, but about my story is I researched coaching a little bit just because I knew that coaching would give me a discount on Shakeology, which I loved, and I knew I needed to do that. So that was, a big driving motivation for me, is I wanted that 25% discount off of everything that Beachbody had, because I was buying the recovery drink and Shakeology and protein bars and other things like that. So that was a huge motivating factor for me to become a coach. 6 years ago now. And the other reason that I really wanted to become a coach is because I wanted the additional accountability. So after I had completed the P90X and, I moved on to Insanity, but I went back to the doctor 6 months later, and by that time I had already lost 40 pounds. My blood pressure had returned to normal levels, and he took me off the blood pressure medication, and my cholesterol was normal, and everything was just completely back to normal, and that was just in as little as 6 months. My weight was good and everything, and I was in probably the best shape of my life. And he said, "Greg, your transformation is amazing. Keep doing what you're doing." So that was the other reason for me to become a coach, is I knew if I could get just one person, signed up with me as their coach, that I would stay accountable, that if I could help one other person at least in their exercise program and in their fitness, that would keep me accountable, and I would not slide back like I had done with every other diet program that I've ever been on, in the past 20 years. So that's why I became a coach initially. And over time, it just started growing, and I started helping more people, and I started making money at this. And, I can tell you that after 4 years, I was making enough money with this Beachbody business that it was more than I was making at my 6-figure IT job. And therefore, I decided to leave my company that I was with, leave my career that I was with, and now I do coaching full-time from home. I set my own hours, I run my own business. So it's been an amazing experience for me, and it's allowed me to do things that I never thought I would be able to do. For example, my daughter's education. It's like I didn't have enough money saved for them to go to college. You guys know how much colleges cost and weddings cost, and I didn't have that kind of savings. I wasn't going to be able to afford to help them out the way I wanted to. And Beachbody has provided that for me, and that was a lifesaver. So why should you become a coach? As I had mentioned, you could save 25%, and that's off of everything. So if you're drinking Shakeology, that saves you $32.50 a month just on Shakeology alone. And then if you're buying other things from Beachbody, you'll save money on those as well. Also, I mentioned it'll help you stay accountable to your fitness and your health. As long as you are being proof of the product, right? And sharing with others and helping other people. You also get to be part of our amazing community, our team of coaches. Just on our team, we have over 2,000 coaches. And we, the coaches on this team have become some of my best friends. We hang out on calls every week. None of it's required. We go on trips together. It's just a lot of fun, and we have a great family environment. The other reason is you get to help people and pay it forward. So, if you've done a Beachbody program already, if you saw results, wouldn't it be great to help somebody else, do the same? So you are just basically one step ahead of someone else. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to be a fitness, a personal trainer or a nutritionist. You just need to be one step ahead of someone else to be able to help them. And the best thing is you're able to earn money, and you're able to earn really good money at this business if you want to. So just to go over, for me personally, what I was able to financially do in this business, you can see this slide here, and it runs through 5 years, my first 5 years of this business, just looking at the month of July. So in July 2011, I earned $630. That was my first year as a coach, and then you can see it quadrupled, and then the next year it just quadrupled again, and then doubled. And so it's this business has been an amazing experience for me, and it just shows you what's possible. Now the disclaimer at the bottom says that Beachbody obviously cannot guarantee results to any person, right? It's based upon your efforts and your skill level and how hard you want to work at this business. But this just shows you what's possible. There's different.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah.
You may just want to mention some of the numbers because we have several people who aren't watching the screen right now, at least one.
Oh, go back and mention the numbers? Sure.
Yeah, just a couple numbers because, Lynn's not looking at the screen.
Yeah. So in July of 2011, I earned $630, as I mentioned. And in July 2012, I earned $3,193. And then in the next year, in July, I earned $12,000, and then the next year I earned $14,000, and in 2015 I earned $25,000 in July. So just think about it, $25,000. I mean, that's just like mind blowing, right? But just go back and think, what would an extra $500 a month do for you? What would it do for you and your family if you were making just an extra $500 a month, with this business that you can do at home in as little as an hour a day? Okay. Now I could tell you that I worked, more than an hour a day, to get these kind of results, but, I just had big dreams. And, if you have big dreams too, and you want to work hard, you can certainly do it with this business. So different paths that you can pick. One, a coach is a coach as far as Beachbody goes. But, we kind of bucket coaches into different categories. And you can move from one category to another category. It's completely up to you. But the different, categories are a discount coach. You can be a coach just for the discount. Right. And that's completely cool. There's absolutely nothing that's required of you as a coach, except that you pay your $15.95 a month coach fee. Okay. So think of that like a Costco membership. Okay, so for $15.95 for that Costco membership that you have with Beachbody, you can, get all the advantages of coaching, but you could just be in it for the discount. Okay, which is perfectly fine, and I can tell you that most coaches are in it just for the discount. You could be a hobby coach. And that's a person that has a full-time job and they just want to do this as a hobby to help people out, to, occasionally refer a friend or a family member to Beachbody, and you'll earn a 25% commission off of anybody that you refer to Beachbody. And then there's the business builder, and the business builder is someone like me and the other coaches that are on this call that want to do this as a business. We want to earn money as a business. We want to treat it like a business. And this will pay you like a business if you do that, and we are all in, right? We want to help everyone, not only friends and family. We don't want to do it just sometimes. We want to do it continually, all the time, helping as many people as possible, and make our dreams come true with this business. So, like I said, I started as a discount and I moved into a hobby, and then I moved into a business builder. So, you can do it the same way, or you could go right out of the gate as a business builder and build it, a lot faster than I did. So a concern that we all have is, is this a pyramid scheme? There'll be people that'll tell you, oh, that's just a pyramid scheme. Well, they'll say that about Amway, and Amway's been around for what, like 100 years, and it's still around, and it's not a pyramid scheme. So a pyramid scheme has no products. Well, one, it's illegal. If this was a pyramid scheme, the government would shut it down. Okay, pyramid scheme is illegal. A pyramid scheme has no products. All it is, it's people recruiting people to make money. So it's like if I was to recruit you as a coach and you had to pay $500 to sign up to be a coach, and then I got, 25% of that or something like that, then that's a pyramid scheme, right? Beachbody is real products helping real people. It is a multi-level marketing company, which is perfectly fine, just like Amway is a multi-level marketing company. But, people think, oh, well, you have to get in the top. You have to be at the top of the pyramid to be successful. That's ridiculous. I can tell you I came in 5 years after some coaches, and I've already surpassed those coaches. I'm one of the top coaches in the company, and I make more than many of the coaches that came in before me. So, again, it goes back to your effort, what you do in this business to determine how successful you will be. All right, I will turn it over to Jessica.
Hey guys, so I'm Jessica Gray. I am currently an Emerald coach. I'm a lifetime diamond though, which means that I have led some people in the past in order to advance their business, and that's super exciting to be able to encourage other coaches to grow along with me. I am a wife and mom of one teenage daughter, so life here at home is lots of fun. I'm a full-time Beachbody coach, but I work part-time. I usually put in about 3 or 4 hours a day. That's because I can. Some days I put in more, some days I put in less, depending upon what else I have going on in my schedule. I have been a coach for about 2.5 years at this point. And I became a coach. My initial reason for becoming a coach was financial. I hated the job that I was in and was desperately looking for a way out. I had no purpose in my life whatsoever and was just sad about that. I had a 40-hour-a-week job that I was not very attached to at all. And just looking for something that made me happy. And I found out that I thought coaching might be it. I wanted to give it a shot. I thought I had been in some challenge groups, had done Beachbody workouts for a while, enjoyed them, and thought, hey, this is something I think I could do. So I jumped in with both feet to begin with. Wanted to be a business builder from the get-go. And have certainly had my fair share of ups and downs, and that's all part of the process. And one of the things I love about being a coach is that I get to learn so much about myself. I know more about myself, or have learned more about myself in the last 2.5 years than I probably have in the last 20. So, and again, having a teenage daughter, we all grow up with food issues. I know I did, body issues, self-esteem issues, and I wanted to do whatever I could to set a better example for her so that she didn't grow up with those same doubts and insecurities and things like that. Alrighty, Greg. So one of your first questions may be wondering what the heck is a coach, what you're worried about, what it is, what it's not, and there's a lot of questions you may have about that. So the first things I want to go over are what coaching is not. A lot of people will say, well, I can't be a coach because I'm not an expert in fitness or nutrition. And neither am I. I work out every day because that's what helps make me feel like a better person. It helps me be happier. I have some physical side effects to that as well. But I'm not a fitness or nutrition expert at all. I'm not a nutrition expert by any means. I have the same struggles as anybody else. But I have learned tips and tools in order to improve that. And that's all I need to do. Beachbody employs trainers and nutrition experts that do all that hard work for us. All we have to do is be an example and hook people up with that information so that they can learn and grow along with us. A lot of people think that, I still have 50 pounds to lose. So who would listen to me as a coach? Who am I to set an example? And you are the perfect person to set an example. I know for me personally, I don't find it super motivating to see the 5'10", 120-pound blonde tan girl doing squats on YouTube. She's already perfect. I'm pretty sure she's not craving a cheeseburger and fries right now, and she is not getting up at 4:30 in the morning to do her workout so that she can go to her full-time job. So being in the trenches, I think, with the people that you're speaking to really is what makes you the perfect person to be able to relate to somebody that needs your help, that needs you to reach a hand out and say, hey, come on, I'm doing this too. I know where you're coming from and I can help you through it. And the third thing that a lot of people worry about is that they are not a salesperson. And I've had several sales jobs and I hate it. There's nothing, I feel like there's nothing worse than that gross, grimy, sleazy sales feeling. And that's not what coaching is at all. One of the things that I love about coaching is that I simply am sharing my story on a day-to-day basis on Facebook. I'm hoping to inspire people along the way. I'm saying, hey, I had this awesome day today. I smashed my workout. I got my nutrition on point, and people are inspired by that and want to know what I'm doing in order to try to make those same changes in their lives. There's days where I post, man, today sucked and everything went wrong. And people can totally relate that because everybody has days where everything goes to shit. And so it's just a matter of sharing what you're doing. You're not trying to pressure anybody into anything. You're not trying to sell them stuff they don't need. You're not trying to sell them horrible, evil things. So on the flip side of that, what should a coach be? Like I said a few minutes ago, what you should be is just willing to explain what you're doing in your life and how people can achieve the same thing as you, how they can join you to achieve their goals, whether that would be in financial goals that they may have by joining our team as well, whether that's a health and fitness goal. You just need to be willing to share what you're going through, the good, the bad, the ugly. That's all you have to do. You also want to be committed. You need to decide that you are committed to being a product, what we call being a product of the product. And that means you're actually living the lifestyle that you're trying to ask other people to live. You are working out on a regular basis, I would say 5 to 6 days a week. you are drinking Shakeology. Shakeology is the cornerstone of our business, and it is a game changer in people's health and fitness. So if you're not drinking it, how can you expect other people to be drinking it? You can't share with them how Shakeology has changed your life. I know for me personally, I used to suffer from horrible migraines ever since I was in high school. Once I cleaned up my diet and added Shakeology, they have all but disappeared. So I wouldn't be able to share that story. There's tons of people in the United States and Canada that suffer from migraines and have no idea that their nutrition and the vitamins and minerals that they're lacking could be the sole reason of it. And they're on expensive, god-awful medication to deal with it. Sorry, I get to rambling. The other thing that you really only need to be willing to do is improve yourself. One of our 4 guiding principles as coaches is to work on yourselves. We call it personal development. And that, again, that's why I've learned more about myself in the last 2.5 years than I have in the last 20. I've never been a book reader. You hear personal development. I think, oh, that must be that cheesy self-help stuff. And I don't need that, or those are boring books. You'd be surprised what is out there these days for personal development. It is funny, it is engaging, it is other people's personal stories that are uplifting. And I look forward to my PD time every day. And that's how I can grow and help other people. That's how I can help other people, is to become more and a better person myself. So you just have to be willing to do that. And that's all it takes to be a good coach. Some of the benefits of being a coach, you may be wondering, I say a lot. I'm really sorry. You can set your own work hours. A lot of us start out working this coaching gig as a bit of a side hustle while you have another full or part-time job that you have to go to every day, or you might be in school. You might be a stay-at-home mom, but that's still a full-time job. So we're, again, working our business in these little pockets of our time where we can. So you can set those hours whenever you want. And I hated that, and I'm sure a lot of us feel that way, that 40-hour-a-week job tells you when and where you get to come and go. And I absolutely hated that. I love that I can decide to work for an hour before my daughter gets up in the morning now. I could work my work hour, my lunch hour when I was at work, and then I can work for a little bit after everybody's in bed at night. So you get to decide when you work. You can decide how many hours you're going to put into this. You can decide if it's going to be just that 1 hour a day, and you can break that up into 15-minute pockets if you need to, and be able to work them on your breaks at work. You can decide that you are going to jump in 40 hours a week. In addition, we have one rockstar coach on our team. He is still working his full-time job, and I know that he puts in another 40 hours a week working on his Beachbody business because he loves it so much. You get to decide how much you work. And you can decide how you're going to build your business. You can do it all online. You can do it all in person. I personally was terrified at first, I was one of those people who didn't want to tell people what I was doing. So it was easier to build my business online with strangers at first, until I built that confidence and decided this was pretty kick-ass and I wanted everybody to know what I was doing. And then now I build my business more in person. There's all kinds of different online platforms you can use, all the different social media outlets, YouTube, you name it, you can build your business on there. And again, you are sharing a passion for what you're doing. And there is, what are some of those quotes? I'm drawing a total blank on, if you're doing something you're passionate about, you never work a day in your life. So the more passionate you are and the more you share about that, the more people you'll attract to you as customers and coaches on your own personal team. So again, a little bit more about what we do as coaches. We help and encourage other people to get healthy and fit. We encourage them to do their workouts every day. We guide them a little bit on their nutrition. We help them understand the benefits of Shakeology. We pass along tips and tricks that we have learned that we share with each other in our coach page. Again, you don't have to know everything right now. There's a wealth of information available to you. We work out and we eat healthy. That's what you're doing right now anyway in order to lose weight and feel better. So that's all that's required of a coach. We refer other friends and family to the Beachbody products that we're using. And if a lot of times people are already going to ask you what you're doing anyway. If you're making those changes, you're eating better, you're working out, you're losing weight, you're happier, you're looking fabulous, people are going to want to know what the heck it is that you're doing. And you share that with them and they're interested to join you. We also run challenge groups together. You can choose to do those as our large team engage group, or you can run your own if you prefer. But that's part of how we help keep our customers accountable and really ourselves too. I had found, I had kind of gotten out of that, gotten into coach mode late last year, and it's awesome to be able to run those groups every month and be in there as that challenger every month repeatedly with your customers. That helps keep you on track and really following your own path on your health and fitness journey.
Hi, sorry, I had to unmute myself. My name, is it working? Yeah, okay. My name is Ashley Maya, and I have been a coach since March of 2013. I had our youngest daughter, Myra, in August of 2012, and I struggled with weight gain throughout my pregnancies, both of my pregnancies, and after our first one, I actually lost my baby weight completely the wrong way, like starving myself. I was miserable. I was a horrible wife and mother to be around. I was always angry. And after we had Myra, I wanted to do things differently. I started kind of researching different things and got involved in some accountability groups on Facebook that were and were not related to Beachbody. And so I eventually met the person that was going to be my coach at that time. And I didn't really know what coaches did. I didn't know that they sold products or anything like that because he was just sharing his story. And so I actually got my first program from eBay, which like makes me cringe now because I understand how important it is to work with a coach and find your first program with their help and their suggestions and their going through everything with you and your options. And so I started Insanity, and I did have really, really good results from that. I think that I am a researcher, and so I did well in choosing my program. But between December and March, I actually lost 40 pounds just from Insanity. I hadn't added Shakeology in. And I hadn't done that just because of finances. I thought it was expensive, even though I did see the value in it. Really, really good ingredients. I didn't know that much about nutrition back then. So other than what I was doing in my nutrition plan. So I didn't know how important it was to have these superfoods and to really eat clean and not to have processed foods. I was still kind of eating by that diet mentality. So I had really good results. And then in March, I decided that I wanted to be a coach just for the discount. I knew other people that were in network marketing jobs. They got discounts. My mom is in another business. And so I kind of knew how that worked once I found out that Beachbody was similar, that I could get a discount and I didn't really have to do anything. So I didn't tell my husband. I bought a challenge pack because it was cheaper to sign up and get another program and get my Shakeology right away. And then I continued on that program. I still was kind of having good results, but I was starting to have issues with my hormones. And then eventually I got diagnosed with something called PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome. But I didn't know that for almost a year. And so I struggled with weight gain and weight loss, and I was still being consistent with my workout programs. And when I finally got to see my doctor about my concerns, because I had went to a couple different doctors trying to figure out what was going on, she said that I was the healthiest I probably could be. I was so healthy, but like on the outside, I didn't really feel like it. I didn't look like it because I wasn't fit and didn't have abs and all that kind of stuff. But as far as my insides, what I was doing, the workouts that I was doing, how I was eating was really improving my health overall. And I was kind of surprised by that because I didn't expect, I guess, for her to be able to tell the difference. And I guess I didn't feel, because of what I looked like on the outside, what was actually going on the inside. And so I can talk about that a little bit. With Beachbody, like Jessica said, we are urged and it's suggested that we work on personal development. And I kind of felt the same way Jessica did, as far as, oh, that's just self-help stuff and I don't need that. And once I really got into the community of being a coach, I started to work on my mind as well as my body, and those thoughts changed. And I think that that's probably my biggest transformation with this company or with being a coach, is just the way that I can see the world now, because I understand myself and I understand a little bit about how others think. Even though I had a psychology degree before, I feel like I've learned so much more about people through my personal development and through working as a coach. So even if you're not looking for a fitness solution, even if you're not necessarily looking for a business, becoming a coach and surrounding yourself with these people that are just trying to be better in general in their lives, it can change your life. So I guess I kind of rambled about myself. I actually was able to retire from my full-time job in November of 2015 through becoming a coach and just sharing my story and things like that. And then a couple years ago, I was asked to be part of the St. Louis Market Council, which is just our local coaches getting together and trying to build the community here and hosting events and things like that. So I think that that was a really important change in my business also. My computer is going really slow, so I can't see the slide. Okay, so how much time is required? I can speak to this. I started out with a full-time job, and I would just work in the morning before I went to work, do my workouts and drink my shake, and then I would come home and work after that for like 30 minutes to an hour. And I was able to build a business that way where I could retire from my full-time job. And I guess it was about 2.5 years. So you can work as little time as you want. You can work as much time as you want. Like it's been talked about before, you can be just a discount coach. So it really is, the time is all in your hands. You don't have to work as much as I do. You don't have to work as much as Greg did. And really, our income, I don't feel like is reflective of the time that we put in. I feel like it's reflective of the people's lives that we touch and how we help others. Obviously, the more you work, you're going to reach more people and you're going to talk to more people. But I do think that you can spend your time wisely and not have to work this business as many hours as long as you're doing quality work. So, and Jessica touched on this too. I didn't become a coach to sell anything. I have never done a sales job. I'm not good at sales. I kind of fell into coaching because of my own personal story. And then the selling, I say, came along with it. I actually don't feel like I've had to sell anything. It's me sharing my story, people seeing what I'm posting on Facebook. I post a little on Instagram, but not too much. And then just sharing with my family and friends, and then seeing the transformation, not only in my body, but like I said, my mental state too, and the transformation in our family. I think that that's really what this business is all about. You don't have to sell at all. And then where will you find people that are interested? If you really do want to build a business, you can find those people anywhere. Like I said, I build my business mostly online also, like Jessica did. I use Facebook for the most part, but I also have an Instagram account. I also talk to people in my life, whether I know them or not. My mental state has changed, like I said, and so I want to meet more people and talk to more people, and I'm just more open with sharing about how my life has changed. And so literally anywhere that you can meet people, anywhere that you have another person to talk to. You will find somebody who's interested in what we do, or somebody who's interested in changing their lives somehow. They don't have to start a fitness program. You can work with them on their nutrition. They can start drinking Shakeology. So there's just so many different options to this business and coaching, and you can build your business any way you want to. I mostly focus on food and sharing recipes and sharing how my mind has changed, not necessarily only my body. And other people build their businesses in different ways. It's just from before and afters, or the community of the people that they have now found, friends that they didn't have before, and things like that. So there's just so many different avenues that we work with you through some of the trainings that we have to just figure out where you're at, who you are, and the type of people that you want to work with. So.
Okay, I'm John Tantillo. Let me tell you a little bit about me, and then I'll get into a few slides on how this really works once you start with us. I'm married to Susan. We've been married for about 28 years, actually 29. It's going to be 30 this year. And Lynn, as you know, Susan is a coach with me in our health vet group. She does the administration of our business. I do most of the business work, but she's in the groups, and she helps me run the groups and support all the cuts in the groups. So we're a nice husband-wife coach, and it really works out nicely that way. That's her in the picture on the bottom right, with me up in the White Mountains. We both spent 28 years as professionals. I'm an electrical engineer by trade. Susan was a customer service manager. And when we turned 50, we both decided to leave the corporate world and do this near full time. I've been a coach for 4 years. January 2013 is when I started. So this is my 4-year anniversary this month. And as I mentioned, when we left work, my goal is to replace our work income. We're not there yet, but we're making more and more each year. So we're on a trajectory to eventually get there. Okay, Greg. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the rewards and how we earn money. But besides, money, there's a lot of other different types of rewards. There is commissions, which I'll talk about. Bonuses. If you become a business builder and you grow a team, the company rewards you for building that team and bringing more customers, to the market. We get trips. Every year there are several recognition trips depending on the level of success you have. I've been able to go on a spring recognition trip for the last 2 years, and we're going on another one this year down into the Dominican Republic. We earn those trips pretty much all paid based on our productivity, and it's really kind of nice when you get that. You get the bill and it says nothing owed to go on this trip. There's all sorts of recognition, both from the company, from corporate. You see in the picture there, that's some of those are the corporate gifts that you get when you reach certain levels of achievement. There's also recognition at the team level. The last bullet there is about the personal reward. As the other coaches have mentioned, the learning and personal development that you're going to go through is probably some of the most rewarding, things that you're going to get. I know I'm a better person now than I was 5 years ago, and it has to do with coaching. It has to do with that personal development that I was thrown into. So that's just one of the intangible rewards that you're going to get. All right, so how do we earn money? There are really 3 specific ways where we earn money. The most basic way we earn money is through commissions. So when you're a new coach, if you sign somebody up to buy a program or buy Shakeology, you earn about 25% commission on their order. And I say about 25% because there's some things where it's more, some things where it's less. For example, if a customer buys a challenge pack, the commissions on those run 30 to 35%. If they sign up for on-demand, that's a 40% commission. But there are some items that run about 15% commission. So about 25% is what you make. And that's what you earn when you're a coach. In the middle, if you become a coach of coaches, so you are now growing your team and you have sponsored people to become coaches under you, you earn what's called a team bonus. And a team bonus means you get a percentage of their commissions, essentially, a percentage of their activity, I should say. Depending on your rank, that works out to be on the order of 4 to 6% of their activity. And that adds up if you grow a very large team. So that's one of those passive income streams that this business is known for. You get a percentage of your team's activity. And again, that's when you are a coach of coaches. Finally, when you become a leader and you have a team of leaders, you were rewarded with what's called a quarterly bonus. So Greg, if you go to the next slide, when you become a leader, and let's say you have 2 leaders under you, and those leaders also have teams of coaches, you're considered what's called a 2-star diamond coach. If you have 5 leaders, you are a 5-star diamond coach. And every quarter, those leader of leaders earn cash bonuses. For the quarter ending quarter 3, 2016, the 2-star diamond bonus was $827 in that quarter. The 5-star bonus was about $2,400. If you were a coach who had 15 leaders under you, that quarterly bonus by itself was $40,000. And the way these bonuses work is they're cumulative. So if you happen to be one of these coaches with 15 leaders under you, you get the bonus for the 15-star diamond, the 10-star, the 5-star, the 2-star. And in this quarter, that would have been a $57,000 check for a quarter. And again, that happens all 4 quarters of the year. You would get that 4 times a year if you maintain that rank. That's really where the big money comes from in this business. And again, the disclaimer at the bottom of the screen, Team Beachbody doesn't guarantee any level of success or income. It really depends on your effort, how much of this you can really get. Okay. So if you join our team, here's what you can expect. You're going to get placed in some new coach training that we have. You never sign up and are just dropped. You're never forgotten. We have some organized new coach training, and there's multiple layers of new coach training depending on how far you want to go. We have team calls. There are team calls at your small sponsored coach team level, and then at the engaged team that Greg runs, where we have 2,000 coaches, we have bi-weekly training calls, and those calls are valuable for learning what goes on behind the scenes. There are team building events. You're immediately a member of our team, and we try to meet locally when we can, or at things like the annual meeting, which happens to be in New Orleans in July. So we'll do team building events at all of these Beachbody corporate events when we get together. There's leadership training, both sponsored by the company, and there's some outside leadership training that many of us take advantage of in order to improve our skills. We have a Facebook group page. I have one for my personally sponsored coaches. Greg has one for the larger team, and that's where we talk about everything. Anything and everything that has to do with coaches. It's a great source of informal information. And finally, you'll get recognition and accountability. Well, we try to hold our coaches accountable, the ones that want to be business builders. And one of our vital behaviors is to recognize good performance. So we try not to let any good deed go unrecognized. We're really big on recognition. So that's what you'll expect if you join the team.
Okay, guys. So I'll just wrap things up real quick. Tell you what your options are. One, you can remain a customer, and continue paying 25% more than you should or need to, I'll say. Or you can, become a coach, join our coaching team, get all the benefits that we talked about. And we would love to have you guys as part of our team. Obviously you can sign up as a coach with a challenge pack, and your coach enrollment fee is waived, that $39.95 coach enrollment one-time fee. But if you purchased a challenge pack in the past, you can get that fee reimbursed to you as well. So you would just sign up as a coach and then fill out another form that your coach sponsor will give you, and you'll get that $39.95 back. So, signing up with the challenge pack is definitely the best way to go, whether it's a new one or one that you purchased in the past. Of course, you could just sign up with Shakeology or with a fitness program, or just sign up, and you would just pay that $39.95 fee. So ongoing, there is, remember that Costco membership fee that I talked about? So Beachbody monthly coach fee is $15.95. It might be a little bit more if you're in Canada or have different tax rate, possibly, but it's around that. And for that fee, you get everything listed here. You get a coach online office, which basically gives you everything that you need to run this business. And this could be a multi-million-dollar business, and Beachbody gives you all the tools that you need. You get free websites. Beachbody gives you a Shakeology site and a coach website that you can use. They give you marketing tools and product tools and information. One of the best things that they give you is training. There is a ton of training in the Coach Online office, which covers everything that you need to know about being a Beachbody coach, like how to earn money, how to rank advance, how to, do whatever, invite people with videos and stuff like that. So they give you marketing and technical support and customer service. The best thing about Beachbody is, if you've ever done any other type of multi-level marketing, like Mary Kay or Tupperware or whatever, they'll make you buy all the products and store them in your garage, and then you got to resell them. With Beachbody, you don't have to do any of that. Beachbody handles all the fulfillment. You don't have to, buy any products, store any products. You just refer people to Beachbody, typically through a link that would have your coach ID, and you automatically get the credit, and you automatically get the person assigned to you, and you'll be their coach. So one thing that we should mention is if you are an active military or active military spouse or a veteran, you get to be a coach for free. Just because Beachbody values service of men and women. So all you have to do is, if you're a veteran, send in that DD 214, and that coach fee is waived, and your monthly fee is waived. You just have to be, buy something every 90 days to remain active as a coach. But other than that, it's a great deal, and something great that's done by Beachbody. So in the next 24 hours, we just want you to contact the person that invited you and follow up. And I'll definitely follow up with people that I invited, and just answer any questions that you have. We also have the recording, which will be available if you want to watch it again. But we look forward to having all of you guys join our team. We have an amazing team. We're definitely growing. We have, like John mentioned, lots of new training that's coming up, and we would love for you guys to, start getting mentored and learn how to do this, just like we're doing, so that we can help more people and also help you have your dreams come true and your financial goals come true. So at this point, I think we'll just open it up for questions. If you want to take yourself off of mute, I'll stop sharing. And does anybody have any questions? John, Jessica, Ashley, do you have anything to add?
Nothing really to add. That veterans discount is a pretty sweet deal. Susan and I are both able to take advantage of that, so we save about $32 a month from that. It's an incentive also when it comes time to sponsoring other companies. So good.
Yeah, great. Okay, well, we'll wrap it up, and thank you all for attending, and we'll publish the recording as well. So have a great day.
Great. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye now.
Bye.